Ooh, Lop-Off Whip. I think that one has an instant kill attached to it, if I'm not mistaken.
I hate instant kill spells in RPGs.
Yeah.
I love weapons with the chance of an instant kill.
Yeah.
Because it just makes the level so much easier. Mm-hmm. So the last one I played with that was Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth.
Right.
Where I think it's Diaboromon has a 10% instant kill chance on base attack.
Yeah, I think we actually talked about this in some episode at some point. But it also in Artanelico too, you can attach instant kill stuff to your... this is the boss. You can attach instant kill stuff to your weapons and stuff, and there are multiple hits. And it's like a 2% chance, but like if you're hitting 6 or 7 times in an attack... Yeah. I just destroyed the memory, but this time I will destroy you. This is the guy who caused your town to forget you.
Oh.
So that's the twist here. Sorry, I was talking over it. But yeah, like that's what he was saying. Like all of these people, they don't remember you because I came in and wiped their memories.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it wasn't any time manipulation shenanigans. It was just this asshole.
Yeah, this guy. Alzheimer's caused your town to forget you.
Okay.
And your dad and your sister. Yeah, you still don't know where your sister is, though.
Well, that's annoying.
Yep.
And also weirdly convenient. Like, he rolled through while you were out on an errand.
I think he was awaiting an opportunity.
Okay.
Like, these guys actually know what they're doing. Yeah, forget your magic. Boom, 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 boom. Which,
so that's why you brought Kat with you.
Well, I mean, I bring her with because she's part of the party that we decided on, but
True.
Also she's very useful in this fight, yes.
She doesn't need a lot of memory to swing a stick around.
Nope. I guess she has one other use, which is that she's ridiculously fast and can use items quickly to heal or whatever else.
Nah, that's true. That's always good with the speed characters.
Yes.
Okay, so him making you forget stuff bars you from activating them again.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Well, yeah.
You still have all your shit.
Actually, I think it just failed on him.
Oh, wow.
But basically, he has a mute spell of sorts. And no. It doesn't fail. It blocks one of your spells in your list.
Oh, well, wow.
And I think that's why Spar can't use Sap, is because Sap was destroyed, like it was annihilated from his mind for this moment, or for this battle. So it's not super useful on his part. Like, he probably should just be damaging, but at least it's an interesting little gimmick to work with. Because if he randomly gets one of your best spells, well, that's no longer there. Like, Blue would have a hard time against this guy, because if he got her best spell, oh, well, now I have to use shitty shit.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, if he got rid of Attack Up, that would suck. And I think I also get really lucky in this fight, because he keeps doing this, and I don't really have a spellcasting heavy team.
Yeah. It's like, forget your spells. Oh no, I forgot how to cast light. I'm gonna have trouble in the Tomb of Giants.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, and it doesn't even last that long.
I'm just gonna keep stabbing you then.
Yeah, once you're gone, this is done.
So all he makes you forget is magic?
Yes.
Wow, what a jobber.
Yeah, I think that would be amazing if he disabled, like, attack or something like that. Like Yardovich not Yardovich, Bowyer in Super Mario RPG. And he died without dealing one single hit point of damage.
Amazing.
Yes, he's a hero. Can't fight his powers. I've already destroyed most of this old man's memory. It's too bad. Grr.
Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, so now Gandaroof is on the road to recovery, but he's not quite there yet. So a number of the things that the NPCs in towns tell you are things that Gandaroof will tell you when you get out of his mind.
Oh, so he's the moment where you compile everything.
Yes, exactly.
Where it's not so much the plot dump as it is the Saw music starts playing and you get all the clues that have been laid out.
Right.
And you realize how you fucked up.
Yep. Yeah, so here's the stuff. Dragon Warrior led 7 man Fight a Great Evil, and I can't remember.
Yay!
They're talking about Breath of Fire 1.
I figured.
Yeah.
Like the second you get something that specific in a sequel like this, it's
Right.
like, haha, name drop, sort of.
Yep. And they do that again in Breath of Fire 3. Unfortunately, no other Breath of Fire references 2, even though I think 2 is the superior of the two games. But, yeah, that story in BOF 1 is vaguely important just as a... it's ridiculously important in the vague details. Like, as long as you know the gist of what happened, that's what's important later on in the series.
It sets the groundwork.
Yes, exactly. Which is why I had to do the
summary.
The recap, yeah. Otherwise, I wouldn't have even bothered doing that. Yeah, I was rewatching that.
You need to do more of those.
I was just saying I was rewatching it and it was fucking awful. So I need to learn to do better. Also, I have a better mic now, so at least there's that. But like, yeah, I guess I could learn to do better. But man, I was proud of it when I made it. It's fucking trash.
Well, I still like it.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad you like it, of all people.
No, I think more like plot summary shit. Especially for older games and franchises.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't need it. Like Silent Hill 2, you can go in without knowing diddly dick about the rest of the Silent Hill franchise.
Yeah. AKA 1 at the time.
Yeah. Like, it is so disconnected. Weirdly enough, Silent Hill 2 is the only one like that, because Silent Hill 3 is a direct sequel to Silent Hill 1. Shattered Memories is a weird direct sequel.
Okay.
Silent Hill 4 is heavily based on a side story in Silent Hill 2. And then the rest of the Silent Hills are trash and shouldn't be played.
Okay. Well, in this series, Breath of Fire 4 and 5, you don't need to know anything about the rest of the series. In fact, if you haven't played any of the other games, I would recommend starting with 5 so you don't get your hopes up.
I love that! I love here's the franchise, here's the recommended play order.
Yep.
Don't play it in numerical order.
Yeah. I mean, 1 through 3 you should play in numerical order, but 4 is only tangentially related to anything else, and even then it's like not really. And then 5 is basically its own thing. And so I recommend playing 5 first if you're going to want to play the whole thing, strictly because it's so divergent from the rest of the series that one of the reasons it did so poorly is because everybody was expecting this, or Breath of Fire 3 or 4's sort of gameplay, and that's not what you get at all. And I think Cat's dead. R.I.P.
Sorry.
Yep. But yeah, like, 5 it's an interesting game. It has some serious issues. If you want to avoid frustration, it expects you to restart multiple times.
Ick.
Because it has a New Game Plus situation. You can get back to where you were pretty quick, and it gives you some degree of experience earned from the previous file, and you also get to keep all your items and shit like that.
Now, here's the question with that, because this is where it's like, is it ick or is it near? Is it like you get to an ending and then you restart, or is it like you've hit a progress wall and you need to restart?
Both.
Oh, ick.
Yeah, no, in that one, it is really difficult to start off with, and you're expected to restart. That said, it also sort of rewards you for restarting in that the more stuff you've done in the game, the more plot you get at various points as you progress in the next file. Now, granted, a lot of people don't think that plot is worth it, and I can understand that. But it has that sort of, they call it the scenario overlay system. And that is kind of what it does. Like, you play the main game, but then you get these interesting little tidbits here and there as you progress.
See,
It's not the best, I assure you.
on the one hand, I'm getting visions of roguelikes. But the big appeal to a roguelike is that the game changes every time you play it.
Yeah, BOF 5 does not.
So now you feel like you're running in circles.
Right.
And Nier, the original Nier, has like radical changes to the gameplay in New Game Plus.
Yeah, so does Automata.
But you can finish on regular New Game and walk away, and you'll still have a decent experience.
Yeah.
For classic Nier, I say you're missing out on the best part if you don't do one New Game Plus. And to be fair with Nier, you're not doing the whole game.
Right.
You're restarting at 50%.
Oh, okay.
Like there's the first half of the game, and then they have a little time skip. And every time you do the New Game Plus cycle, which it expects you to do 3 times to get everything,
Oh, okay.
is you restart at the 50% mark.
Okay.
And yeah, it radically recontextualizes everything. And then the difference, so you get ending 1 for beating the game, you get ending 2 for beating the game on New Game Plus.
Right.
And then you go through one more time, and then right before the final boss fight, you save. And then you have a binary choice at the end of the boss fight for the last 2.
Okay, I gotcha.
So the game wants you to play through it 4 times, but you can tell the game, nah, fuck that, and do it 3.
Okay.
And I respect franchises that radically break the mold. Like, I adore Silent Hill Shattered Memories, even though it is radically different from the other Silent Hill games.
Yeah.
And a lot of people didn't like it because, yeah, it's this really cool psychological horror game. It's a terrible Silent Hill game.
I see. Yeah, I can't say that Breath of Fire 5 is an amazing game that's not a good Breath of Fire game. I will say it's a good game that it's not a good Breath of Fire game. Like, if you play it on its own, it is worth playing. It's interesting. It has decent characters. The music is fucking fantastic. It's done by the person who does Final Fantasy Tactics.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and just like there's multiple paths you can take near the end, which is interesting. So you can actually do different boss fights. You have a bunch of different abilities that radically change how you approach battles. You can only equip so many abilities, but you just need to do certain combinations and stuff. Like, the way you initiate battle is interesting in that there's like bait you can use for monster. It's an overworld monster sort of situation, so you can see them like Chrono Trigger, but you can use bait to bring them close, and then you can use traps to damage them before the battle even starts. There are traps you can use in battle as Nina, and you can lure them into that, and they do massive amounts of damage, but they require planning. It's based on distance. It has an AP system as far as action points is concerned. You don't have MP or anything like that, but you can do... Your attacks take AP, your movement takes AP, so you need to distance yourself properly and make sure you have enough AP left over to do attacks. Or you can just stand there and conserve AP, because you can get up to twice your normal AP just by not doing anything. Which is vitally important if you want to beat bosses in the latter part of the game, because they have barriers. And every time a character attacks them, it chips away at the barrier, but if that character's turn ends, the barrier refreshes.
Okay, so you need to actually break the barrier.
Yes. But then, like, you can go through the game without learning that technique, but you're going to be really down to the wire at the end of the game, because your dragon powers increase this timer. And if the timer reaches 100, you lose. It is a game over, because the dragon has taken over. Which is terrifying, because you don't, on your first file through, you don't know when the game's going to end, and so you don't know how to allocate your your dragon power usage.
Oh, so it's over the entire playthrough.
Yes, the whole playthrough. You cannot lower that timer.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's not the whole playthrough because you get it about a couple hours in, and before that you don't have a timer. But after that, yeah, you are timed through the whole thing. It gradually ticks up, but if you use your dash ability, it goes up much faster. You can dash through enemies and not fight them if you want, but your dragon gauge goes up. And you can also use it to turn into a dragon and do massive amounts of damage, like thousands of damage, when normally your characters can do like maybe 100 at most. And you can one-shot almost every boss in that game with your dragon powers, which is very tempting, but it raises your dragon meter a lot.
Interesting.
And so if you don't allocate that shit right, you can put yourself in a no-win situation and you have to restart the game. So that is a game for people who want a challenge in an RPG, and it's a unique challenge. It's something I've never seen done before. Yeah, it's also a pain in the ass. Yep. So yeah, we've got Dragon Quarter I would recommend starting with, just so you don't have expectations for the rest of the series. Or from the rest of the series. But the other ones, like, I don't recommend 1 unless you're just looking to kill time. Like, if you got nothing better to do, go ahead and play 1, that's fine. 2 I recommend for obvious reasons. We've already gone over many of them. 3 is my favorite of the series, though it's not, like, technically the most superior of them. It just resonates the most with me. And 4 is, like, the most technically superior of all of the Breath of Fire games.
That reminds me of my recommended list for going through Soulsborne. Where it's do 2 first. You will have the least expectations.
Yep.
I say 2, 1, 3, Demons whenever, and Bloodborne whenever. Just do not go from Demons to Bloodborne. That speed difference will make you eat shit constantly.
Yeah.
I'm speaking from experience.
Yeah, that's that.